Why do you think he walked away from that? I didn't hear any noise.
Because he wasn't sure. He didn't look around as if he heard any noise then, Jim.
No.
He got over it, and maybe he wasn't thinking enough about that shot. You let things get in your mind. Little gremlins or Goonies or
the roar.
See, the wind. See?
Okay. Just as he was over, you could see his pants begin to flap, and he said the wind.
Spread your feet a little wider and get set. Stay solid.
Yes, sir. Fine putt by David Graham. He is now tied for the lead with Sandy Lyle of Scotland. Australia and Scotland tied for the lead. 1 stroke ahead of Ireland. And here was the birdie putt. And there it went. Sandy Lyle of Scotland, who started today 2 over, is now 1 over, 1 under on today's round. He had earlier rounds of 68, 71, and 73. So there it is. Graham and Lyle tied for the lead. Then O'Connor 2 strokes back now, along with Payne Stewart, Kite, O'Meara, and Longer.
Welcome back to the 14th hole at Royal St. George's. And this is the one that's been difficult all week. It'll be difficult for the next 1,000 years. Peter Jacobsen took a 9 here. Jack Nicklaus took a whole bunch of numbers here. And this is where the leader, one of the leaders is. David Graham, the par 5, 14.
And you can't be thinking too much even about fairway here. This is a hole, if you miss, you must go to the left. It out of bounds to the right, deep rough to the left, but the rough is preferable to the right side, obviously. And Jack, this is a drive David may remember all of his life because he put it in the fairway here, and I'm telling you, that is some drive off of 14.
Up ahead at 16, the other co-leader, Sandy Lyle at the par 3. They like it.
And why not?
Very
beautiful
nice
shot.
I will tell you, if Sandy Lyle wins, there'll be bonfires from Land's End to John O'Groat tonight.
I know where the first one is. It's the second one I'm not too sure of.
Graham and Lyle at the moment, and Payne Stewart, O'Connor, Kite, O'Meara, Longer, and even Weibring and Jacobsen. And there are the rest. The 5-hole playoff, if there is one. And don't forget, later today we have Lake Tahoe Pro Celebrity Tennis Festival. John McEnroe and a lot of your favorite actors and actresses. 4 p.m., 3 p.m. Central. All right, Bob Rosberg, how about a report for you with Bernard Longer?
Well, they sure hit 2 great drives here. If you've ever seen 2 good ones in a row, Longer put it down the right-hand side, which is a real gutty drive. And David followed it with a beautiful drive right down the left center.
Nerves of steel. Go down the right side at 14.
Well, Longer can afford to be a little aggressive, while David has to sort of protect and yet be aggressive at the same time. This man needs to make some birdies to get back into it.
Get down. Get down.
That's in the deep right-hand rough. Very bad shot.
And with an iron, too, Bob.
Yeah, you just don't expect him to hit it in that rough that far offline with an iron. But I tell you, he has hit a lot of bad irons today.
Well, sometimes he gets very high with his right side, and I've been waiting for him to hit some to the right.
David is having problems with the wind, isn't he?
Said yesterday when he finished that he lost his concentration. He feels like as he's gotten a little bit older, it's harder to concentrate. And if there's any time he needs to concentrate is now. Not let the shot Longer just hit affect him. And
Great shot.
He didn't.
Very safe. That's what he has left here at the par 5. Now we have Sandy Lyle up at 16. This putt to take the lead. alone.
Needs to hit that a little bit. I'm surprised he has the caddy when he's so close.
Yeah.
He's done that a lot of times. The caddy stands very near the, you know, with a 15 or 20 footer, you don't think he's going to be holding the flag.
This is Mark O'Meara at the 15th green. And we think that is a bogey, which would drop him to 4 over, 3 shots behind the leaders. Now Christy O'Connor Jr. Par 3 16th.
We're informed this would be for a par if he did make it.
There's the leaderboard, which keeps changing every 5 or 10 minutes. It's like the weather here.
That's right.
You don't like it, just wait a minute.
Looks like it's changing again, getting a little cloudy. Hit it, Christie. Oh, short right.
So that will drop him to 4. 3 shots off the lead. For Christy O'Connor Jr. And now Bernard Langer over at the 14th. Got any shot at all, do we know, Rossi?
Well, he has a kind of a lie that you get in that long stuff. You have to really worry about keeping the club head going on through to the hole. It can take it and turn it to the left awful easily, and the wind is coming a little left and very much against him.
About how long a shot does he have, Bob?
He's about 100 yards, David.
Sandy Lyle got his par at 16. And we have with us up here Payne Stewart, who is just waiting to watch at 2 shots off the lead now. Payne, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be here.
I guess you're glad you don't have to play 14 again, huh?
Well, I'd like to hit that putt I had on the hole again.
All right.
Is that as hard a driving hole as you've played in a long time, 14?
Yeah, it's pretty tough. I mean, you got to be aware of where the OB is.
Here on videotape is Sandy Lyle's par putt at 16. Still with a share of the lead. With this gentleman, David Graham's 3rd shot at 14.
Ooh, he just needed that a little stronger in there, Jack.
Yeah, well, there he is on in regulation 3. Co-leaders David Graham and Sandy Lyle will be back.
Here's the 17th hole at Royal St. George's, par 4, 425 yards. But the yardage doesn't mean as much on these courses, particularly here, as the way the wind is blowing, the kind of bounce you get, and the kind of hazards that are around. This, a minute ago, was Sandy Lyle's tee shot on the hole. This is Jim McKay reporting from 18 with Dave Marr, and now with Payne Stewart, the leader of those who have finished their rounds and who could yet end up in a playoff or something or win this championship. Now, there was Sandy Lyle's tee shot in the rough. Now, Payne, you played this hole today.
It was the hardest hole in the golf course, in my opinion, today.
Really?
I hit a driver and a 3-wood at it, and I noticed that Sandy's ball's gone in the rough, so hell, he might have a tough time getting to the green.
Okay, now we're back on 14, the tough par 5 with David Graham, tied for the lead with Sandy. Birdie attempt. Trying to retain that concentration. It seems to have slipped away from him a couple times today when he walked away from the ball. But at the par will keep him at 1 over the championship, 2 over on today's round. Christy O'Connor in the 17. His hopes now beginning to fade fast. He's 4 over, 3 out of the lead. Payne, this has been a long, long 72 holes to play, hasn't it?
It sure has. The wind and the conditions sure make it really tough on you.
Even at your age, huh?
Yeah.
There he is.
For the other Mustangs there.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Payne Stewart sweating it out. Fine round of 68 today. Why'd you go to those +4s originally?
Oh, I did it just kind of for fun, and as it started, and then sure has turned into something, though, hasn't it?
Did you start it when you were overseas? I know you
No,
played a lot over here.
I started in '82 at the Quad Cities, actually.
Okay.
That must have shocked him in the Quad Cities, I'll tell you.
Now Longer. He's 3 behind as he putts this.
He's made some neat little putts here in the last 6 or 7 holes.
Now he is 2 behind. Tom Kite for a par, and that may well have done it for Tom Kite. Puts him at 4 over, 3 out of the lead, and he only has 1 hole to play. He can't help himself very much.
And as Payne said earlier, it's not realistic to think of a birdie at 18.
Yep.
The hole was played so hard all week, even though you hit a good little pitch and run there.
I hit a big drive there. I didn't anticipate it being up that far, and ended up with a 4-iron into the green.
Sandy Lyle's second shot at 17. Payne said the most difficult hole on the golf course today, and he's short. Short.
He's about the same area where Kite was a moment ago now. A hole like that, Sandy's got that shot there. You get your opportunity of putting or chipping, right?
That's right. I think you'll see him play some form of either a putt or a low chip shot that's going to roll up there. I don't think you'll see him with the sand wedge out trying to flop it up there.
Now on the 15th tee, we have David Graham, 467-yard par 4. How'd this play today, Payne?
The wind's kind of across and right to left, and it's not playing as long as it normally plays.
The wind dropping it all out there, Bob Rosberg?
The wind is changing a little. The wind is more against than helping on this hole. This hole is going to play pretty good right now.
Bob, that was a 5 for Longer, wasn't it? That wasn't a 4 at 14.
That was a 5, I believe. I didn't see him play, but from the scoring that I saw, he made 5.
Well, his third shot was over the green, and then he pitched back to there.
I was wondering about because the scoring has changed him to 3 over. We'll double-check that.
Well, he is 3 over. I think he was 3 over.
Well, okay.
Looks like he lost it to the right, Rossi.
Yes, way on the right side of the fairway, but I think still in the short grass, is it, Bob?
It's just short of that hill there. We
Very
can't tell.
close to the short grass.
Okay, it's David Graham and Sandy Lyle tie as we come down the stretch in the British Open at Royal St. George's.
MasterCard, you're so chic.
Welcome back to Royal St. George's as we get nearer a conclusion to this year's British Open. There is the leaderboard at the moment. David Graham and Sandy Lyle co-leaders with Payne Stewart, Bernard Longer, and Mark O'Meara 2 shots back. Now, just a few moments ago, this was Sandy Lyle at the par 4 17th. This is his 3rd shot. Just off the green, but they're pretty good, adept at these shots over here. With the putter from off the green. Look at this.
Not bad putting up over that hill there. Leaving yourself, though, one that you really don't want to have at this point in the tournament. At a 3 or 4 footer.
This is Christy O'Connor Jr. for a par at 17. There'll be a 5-hole playoff if one is needed. All right. Well done, Christy. Bernard Longer. at the 15th.
Oh, my. Heard someone say good-looking shot. That's a magnificent shot.
He didn't leave any out on that, did he? Now back to the 17th. Lyle for par. Yes, remains at 1 over. And co-leader coming to the home hole. David Graham at the 15th. That's where his tee shot ended up.
And Payne, there's no chance to get to the green out of that bunker?
No, he can't reach the green. He'll just make sure he gets it out and then try to make par with a 9-iron or 8-iron or whatever he has left.
Yeah, you can see a little frustration there driving into that bunker.
He just pitched it out, David, about 100 yards short of the green. After that shot that Longer hit, though, you really took a lot out of him, I think.
Tom Kite, 18th fairway. And we've seen that happen here all week. A very sharp inclination there on the left side of this green, and it goes right into the thickest, lushest rough there is.